All right, my friends, welcome to another new episode of the Daily Bravo Digest. I am your host, Giorgio Takanakis, and today's topics, we're kind of talking about the Hiltons, but we also need to catch up with Portia Williams because the Portia versus Simon debacle is pretty much, I feel, going to be the main storyline for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Portia Williams is coming in with a splash, but we cannot miss that today is the birthday of the Grande Dame of Beverly Hills. Yes, that's right. Kathy Hilton has a birthday today. All that and a little bit more in today's episode of the Bravo Daily Digest. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Daily Bravo Digest, where I, Giorgio Takanakis, from Giorgio Says, takes you through today's top Bravo celebrity stories, and I give you a quick synopsis so you don't have to go searching for the information yourself. So let's dive into today's hot topics. All right, my friends, it's Wednesday. Let's jump right into our first story of the day. We're talking about Portia Williams. And yes, we've been talking about her a lot since she signed on to Real Housewives of Atlanta for Sweet 16. But just days after she announced she was rejoining this cast, she also announced that she's leaving Simon. And I'm not going to bring you down that rabbit hole again. You can always go back to my previous episodes because I kind of lay it all out as to what was going on with Simon. But Portia Williams, on one of her latest Instagram posts where she was promoting Go Naked Hair, and there was a comment that read, "You can tell she's hurting. I hope the whole thing is not for a storyline." And Portia responded saying, "I never have and I never will fake a storyline." So there you have it, folks. This is not just for the show. I know sometimes we just assume that when things are drumming up before a show is about to start filming, that we're all on our P's and Q's, ready to just be like, oh, that's for a storyline. Oh, that's for a storyline. I genuinely am 50-50 here. I think some of this is being purposed for a storyline, but it is actually happening in her life. I do believe that. But there's stuff going on with Simon. He's been yachting lately, living his best life, and not seemingly fazed by any of this stuff that's happening with him and Portia. But a lot of you detectives out there put some pieces together, and he wasn't the only one on that yacht, I'll say that. I mean, allegedly. We don't know for sure if this woman was on the same yacht at the same time as Simon, but it looks like it might be the case. So it seems that it's been rumored that Simon is canoodling with fashion fitness designer and influencer Janelle Salazar. And she is gorgeous. I'll give her that. Simon has very, very good taste in women. However, this could just be anything, right? Listen, Simon's going to sign in at this point. That's what I'll say. He doesn't seem fazed. He even put up an Instagram story this morning that essentially, this is so messy, you guys. So he wrote, "If you are behind Portia filing for divorce, please step up and own her mental state of mind. #dumbass. You know, sometimes when someone's been found out and they have nothing else, they can't lie anymore, they can't come up with any more stories, they just start coming after you. This is what this feels like to me. So stay strong, Portia. Go Naked Hair for the win. Can't wait to see you on Sweet 16, baby. All right, so our next story, yes, this literally popped up right after I uploaded yesterday's episode of the Daily Bravo Digest. But a new clip of Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 surfaced, and Queens of Bravo posted it on their page. And lo and behold, Paris Hilton went into the Queens of Bravo comment section of this post to essentially call out Mauricio for using her dad and Hilton and Highland as a way to promote his lame show. So Paris Hilton commented under the Queens of Bravo post saying this: "My father is a consummate gentleman and has always taken the higher road. He would never speak negatively about his family, especially in the press. Frankly, we are all sick of him using the Hilton name every chance he gets to plug his lame show. It is enough already." Now, I did post about this on TikTok, on Instagram, and I don't even know why, but I got a lot of pushback. But I'm not here to talk about the pushback. I frankly don't care. But there was a lot of pushback, and a majority of the comments really had me confused because do you guys not know that Paris is Rick Hilton's daughter? Because a lot of the comments were like, it's none of her business. Mind your business. Stay out of it. You wrote about your parents in your memoir, sending you off to that camp where they tortured you. That aside, I made a follow-up post to a comment that said something similar to that. And I just want to remind everyone that we already know the Hilton and Highland story. So for everyone saying it's not her business, he's allowed to tell his story. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, just like any of us can do whatever we want. We can say whatever we want. But that doesn't mean there's not consequences. And when you're a part of this family, you know, it is a little icky. I'm not going to lie. Like, I believe season 1, he talked about Hilton and Highland and how he left and what happened there. So why are you talking about it again? I'm just asking. And I don't think she's just referring to the show. I think Mauricio has leveraged the fact that he came from Hilton and Highland as a way to continue growing the agency. And listen, like I said in my TikTok earlier today, that man lost his job. Him and Kyle were not making money like that. They were pretty much broke, okay? No money was coming in. So they both got their real estate licenses. She wrote this in her book too, guys. Kyle wrote about this in her book. The story is out there. So it's perplexing to me that everyone's just now stumbling upon this story, like they're just finding out about it and then saying, oh, he's allowed to tell his side of the story. Yes. And I'm not saying that whatever happened to him wasn't real or he didn't experience that. But I also have heard some other things that seemingly get left out, probably for his benefit, but it's been alleged that he was doing some dirty stuff in between leaving there and starting the agency. And may I also remind you, this did come up briefly on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know if you guys recall, I don't remember what season it was, but it was the same episode where Brandy was accusing Lisa Vanderpump of putting that tabloid about Mauricio cheating in her luggage. There's a conversation on the beach between Kyle and Mo about him leaving Hilton and Highland and kind of setting it up that he's starting the agency, okay? This has been a constant storyline on Beverly Hills for Kyle, and now I guess for Mauricio. So I do understand. It's like, stop using our name and then throwing mud on it so that you can leverage it for something good on your side. Because he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't cuss Rick out and say he was a piece of garbage. So yes, no, he didn't technically say anything disrespectful about Rick. But the sentiment, in my opinion, is it was a bit disrespectful. You take digs in a way that, I don't know, the whole thing just reads wrong to me. And so I do understand why Paris was annoyed. Now, she has since deleted the post, or the comment rather, but Sonia Morgan chimed in as well. She said, Paris is 100% correct, and I know for a fact. So, I don't know what that means exactly, that she knows for a fact, but it's clear that now that Kyle and Mo are going to be going their separate ways, I don't think it's in his benefit to continue throwing the Hilton name out there. He got a lot out of it. He got to work under the Hiltons. He got to build up his portfolio under the Hiltons. And you know what? That's what family does. They help each other, right? But then when you go and do something like that, clearly something went wrong on the way out. So I am Team Paris on this. I will defend my dad all the day long, specifically if someone in my own family is trying to leverage it as press to promote their show. You won, Mauricio. You got it. You're good. Can we move on? Okay. So that brings us to the last. It's not even a story, it's a celebration. It's Hunky Dory's birthday. And we're going to be watching Hunky Dory on part 3 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion tonight. That is pretty much the episode today, guys. Thank you guys for the support. And let me know down below what your thoughts are on all the topics that we discussed today. And make sure you wish Kathy Hilton a happy birthday. And until the next episode of the Daily Bravo Digest, I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.